So I'm here with my good friend, Sam Squires. He is the owner of Backbone Barbershop up in the Gold Coast. Introduce yourself, Sam.
My name is Sam Squires. As Danny said, I own Backbone Barbershop. We also have a product line called Larrikin and a small education business called Backbone Barber Education, which we're going to be hard launching in 2025. I've known Danny for now, what is it now?
8, 9.
8 or 9 years. We trained at the same place. We trained together.
Shout out Lloyd from Gents of London.
Shout out to Lloyd. And we've kind of shared the journey, shared the whole, our barbering journey's basically taken the similar and same trajectory.
So, and to add to that, we're both each other's counselors and coaches and therapists at time as well.
Everything in between.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks, Sam. Awesome guy, mad businesses, great things happening for them. Really excited to see what 2025 is going to hold for Sam. But Sam, let me just ask you a couple of questions, all right?
Yeah.
So you've got 2 barbershops now, and I know you're always kind of, looking to see how to grow and things like that.
Yeah.
But taking you back to your first barbershop,
Yeah.
what unexpected challenges did you face when opening your first barbershop, and how did you overcome them?
Unexpected. I guess same for everyone is obviously that initial feeling of whether we're going to fill the shop. I started, like most barbers, just myself. And we luckily got like great people on board pretty early in. But I guess the first initial one was how we're going to bankroll it, how we're going to set it up, is the location the right place, and how we overcome that. I actually, with my first store, looked at one spot which was beachfront and big and probably too expensive, and kind of had chats with my wife, who's like really involved in everything I do, and we were lucky enough that that rental probably wasn't going to suit our budget and stuff, but the guy had another one which was slightly tucked away. It was right next to a big beer company called Balta, and in between a few real key cool places, and took that advice, took a real small space and made that work. So that's kind of how we overcome it, was just listening to good advice and taking on board.
And that's in Burleigh, yeah?
And that one's in Currumbin.
Currumbin,
Currumbin Waters is the first shop. So 20 something square meters, not big, and just trying to go in with like the idea of not spending all of the money that we had and not overstretching ourselves to just make something work from the offset, and we did, fortunately.
I think kind of knowing your story, Sam, and I've known that you've opened up another location in Miami and then actually moved it. One thing to note is, you don't have to spend heaps of money on a fitter and a shop, because if something changes or the lease runs out, and you may have to move, you're not going to lose a heap of money that you've already spent on the fit out. So
100%.
One thing, and shout out to Lauren, where would we be without our wives in all of this?
That's insane.
Okay, so I know you touched on it, but when you're looking for a location, what kind of characteristics are you actually looking for?
So growing spaces, growing areas, maybe, you want to look for a place without a barbershop, but realistically these days, are they even around?
No,
we were really fortunate. We were probably number 1 on our strip, and then now there's 3 or 4 really good shops around us as well. But like originally we were the first in that little suburb. Random things, little things like high traffic areas. We were told, so we have a post office next to Currumbin, and the real estate was like, these guys are going to get 200 people walking by. We're an appointments-based barbershop, but they see us every single day. So things like high volume areas, coffee shops, good places that are, basically whatever you're aiming for, and all of us now aiming for high standards, high quality, good reviews, and the right clientele. You want to aim for a similar place with similar businesses.
Yeah.
Balta was another one. So like Balta, the beer brand, was literally, they had their brewery. They started maybe 6 months before us. And even in my mind at the time, we were like, who buys Balta, man? It's expensive beer, but it's really good. Mick Fanning and all these people, pro surfers that started it. I'm like, that's probably the clientele we want. We want someone that's happy to pay for quality, wants to book in, wants to have a really good service. So we tried to meet that demographic, and it's hard. When we went to Miami, we didn't know the space that well. We had real big competition there. We built it bigger for a bigger plan to try and set up an academy. Those things didn't come to fruition, and then you're struggling. So we downsized, and it was the best decision we ever made doing that.
Yeah, I love that actually. Being able to change plan, adapt to when things don't necessarily go your way, because one thing to know is you can come up with the best business plan, things like that. But as we both know, it always doesn't go to plan.
Plans don't go to plan, man.
No. Okay, that's brilliant. Another question: how do you feel is the best way to build a strong brand and a loyal client base?
I mean, living by the brand. So set out your clear idea of what you want to do. I think a lot of us barbering at the moment, especially with the standards of barbering and how amazing barbering education is at the moment and stuff, the standards are so high, and so maybe dialing it back, man, and just remembering that every single service needs to be the best service you've given, and every single connection you're building with these people, and people buy from people, and I've seen it across the board where the best barbers in the world are not getting the clients, and every day great barbers are building really strong clientele from being confident, great conversationalists, good people, similar mindsets. And aiming for those, aiming for that clientele that suits what you're about, and you like attracts like,
So it's not always necessarily about the best haircut.
No.
People just want, as Sam said, just generally a nice guy to have a chat with and hang out.
100%. Aim for the best you can do, and your standards, keep your standards high. We're really strong on that, but also remembering that it's a connection business. It's a communication business. It's about meeting and building relationships, and we've been really fortunate. Some of them, the thing that's online, isn't it? Your clients will turn into your friends before your friends turn into your clients. Yeah,
love it, man.
It's true.
So we're down here at Hair Jam in Sydney. So Sam is obviously from the Gold Coast. I've just seen him rock up with a bunch of lads jumping out of a taxi or big four-wheel drive. So you're down here with your team for the day, which is amazing. I love it. Obviously investing into your team and building that culture.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. What is the best way to recruit and retain skilled barbers in 2024?
Look, I'm not even going to pretend to be the knowledge on that. It's so hard. And every business and every barbershop that I speak to now has issues with retaining people and keeping people on board. And everybody's different, and I would never preach our way over anybody else's. I can honestly say from an authentic place, the last probably 6 to 8 months, culture's been our number one focus. Not that we've had bad cultures, we've had fantastic people move through the business, but realistically, the last 6 months we've just focused on meeting the correct person for the correct role with the right amount, for me, passion and interest in the industry, and somebody that you sit down with, and it's changed over the years away from doing trade tests and seeing who the best barber for that job is, into somebody that's willing to give 110% mid. I try and say to these lot and try and get them to really understand that the more effort you give us, the more you get back in return.
Love it, man. Love it. And that's one thing that we do is I'll take good attitude over skill set any day.
100%.
Okay. And I've just met all your lads, great bunch of lads. So well done to you, Sammy, for creating such a mad team, man.
Thank you, man.
Last bit, what is one piece of advice you would give to someone thinking about opening a barbershop?
I would say really understand what owning a business is like and owning a barbershop is like over the idealistic side of maybe owning a barbershop. Understand that your role changes massively, and just realize that it's filling the basket, but what you get in return, as long as you're going forth with good intentions, you'll get it back in return. I would give advice is just to say have a good moral compass, and maybe keep strong on what your ideal is and what your mission is, and you'll get there. But maybe with just that little bit of realism of you probably work more than you've ever worked in your life. But if you can create something that you're really proud of and be around people, I think we really need to drum into the industry that this is a sick job. And all of us business owners, everybody's chanting about trying to get away from the chair. but forgetting how awesome it is being behind the chair.
Yeah, love it, man.
And how much like just being around people is probably the best part of our job.
Yeah. Love it, bro. Okay, last bit.
Yeah.
What Backbone Barbershop,
Yeah.
Sam the Barberman,
Yeah.
speaking in life into 2025.
Yeah.
What are we going to see from you in 2025?
We're continuing growing the brand, continuing growing the people within the business, and a lot of focus on our culture and our staff, which is just in such a good place at the moment. We've got some real growth opportunities for a few of the boys that are interested, and bringing in some new people from even internationally. Took a step back from education there just to dial back into the businesses, but I think 2025, I really want to jump into education space again, and I want to do it from a place of just, like I just said, like pure authenticity, man, and making people remember how amazing, fun, good the barber industry is. Maybe less of the BS and less of the fluff. Get to events like this where everybody's like-minded. That's the plan of action. I want to get you up to us. I want to get you up training our boys, and get more people like these guys just involved, and be in the industry again. You know, like we've been so involved for a few years, and things ebb and flow. But yeah, 2025 is just all only positive things, mate. I just want positive vibes. Hey,
Love it, man.
Love you, brother.
Love it. Sam the Barberman on Instagram and Backbone Barbershop. Give them a follow. Check them out. You won't be disappointed. Thanks, my bro.
Thank you, brother.